Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're continuing to explore the timeless wisdom of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age. Again, we're not tackling the whole book. This video is diving into part 2, 6 ways to make a lasting impression. If you want to build stronger relationships, be more likable, and leave people feeling better after every interaction, these 6 principles are your toolkit. So, let's get right into it. Let's start with principle number 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. This might sound simple, maybe even obvious, but here's the truth. Most people are not truly interested in others. They're interested in themselves. Carnegie tells us that if we want others to like us, we have to reverse that mindset. Instead of focusing on ourselves, we need to genuinely care about them, their lives, their interests, their goals. Here's the key word, genuinely. Fake interest is easy to spot, but sincere curiosity, that's rare and powerful. Think of someone you know who always seems interested in what you have to say. Don't they stand out? You feel heard. You feel seen. That's the power of genuine interest. Carnegie shares this timeless advice. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you. Let's look at a real-world example. Imagine you meet a new co-worker. You could say, "Hey, nice to meet you," and walk off. Or you could ask, "Hey, I heard you just moved here. How are you liking the city so far?" Now you're showing interest. You're opening a door. That's what builds connection. Carnegie even gives a simple metaphor. Dogs. Why are dogs so loved? Because they are always excited to see us. They are genuinely interested. Be that kind of person, and you'll win hearts fast. Principle number 2 is deceptively powerful. Smile. It's so simple, it's almost laughable. But the truth is, a smile is one of the most powerful tools of human communication. Carnegie says, actions speak louder than words, and a smile says, "I like you, you make me happy, I'm glad to see you." We're wired to respond to smiles. In fact, a smile can change not only how others perceive us, but how we feel ourselves. It lifts moods, builds trust, and opens doors. Fun fact, studies in modern psychology confirm what Carnegie taught in the 1930s, that smiling can actually trigger happiness in your own brain. So it's not just for others, it's for you too. Here's the point, a smile is your best introduction. You don't need a perfect script. Just walk in with a warm expression, and people will instinctively feel safer and more open with you. It costs nothing, and it makes all the difference. Let's move to principle number 3. Remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Carnegie makes a strong case for something most of us overlook, using people's names. A name is more than a label. It's a symbol of identity. When you remember someone's name and use it, you're saying, "You matter. I see you. You're not just a face in the crowd." Science backs this up. Brain scans show that hearing our own name activates parts of the brain linked to self-awareness and reward. It makes us feel acknowledged. Carnegie tells a story of a man named Jim Farley who knew thousands of people and would remember not just their names, but the names of their spouses and kids. It wasn't a trick, it was genuine care, and it got him far in politics and life. Here's what Carnegie says. Remembering names and making people feel important and valued, whether the person is a janitor or a CEO, creates emotional connection. Practical tip. When you meet someone new, repeat their name in conversation. "Nice to meet you, Sarah." "What do you do, Sarah?" "Great talking to you, Sarah." This helps lock the name in your memory. It also leaves a lasting impression. Next up, principle number 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. This is a game changer. Why? Because everyone wants to feel heard. Everyone has a story, a dream, a challenge, and they are dying to share it with someone who actually listens. But here's the problem. Real listening is rare. Most of us aren't listening. We're waiting to speak. Carnegie teaches us, if you want to be interesting, be interested. Ask questions that invite people to open up. Be fully present. Don't interrupt. Reflect back what they say. For example, someone's telling you about their trip to Italy. You might be tempted to jump in with your own story. Instead, say, "That sounds amazing. What was your favorite part?" Now the spotlight stays on them, and they'll walk away thinking you're the most engaging person they've met all night. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And when you give someone the gift of your attention, that feeling stays with them. Listening isn't passive. It's one of the most active, generous things you can do. Now for principle number 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. This is about meeting people where they are. We often try to impress people by talking about our passions. But the secret is, if you want people to like you, talk about what they love. Carnegie shares a story of meeting a botanist. He had no real interest in plants, but he asked questions, listened, and focused on the botanist's excitement. By the end of the evening, the man thought Carnegie was a most interesting conversationalist, even though Carnegie had barely said a word. That's the secret. Shift the spotlight. Say you're at a networking event and you meet someone into sailing. Even if you don't know anything about it, you can ask, "What do you love most about sailing? What's the biggest challenge out on the water?" You're showing that their interests matter to you, and that earns deep rapport. Pro tip: find common ground, but if you can't, just explore their world with curiosity. People love to teach what they love. And finally, principle number 6. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. This might be the most powerful principle in the entire book. It all comes down to one basic human need, the desire to feel valued. Not praised falsely, not flattered, but genuinely appreciated. Carnegie reminds us, talk to people about themselves and they will listen for hours. Why? Because when you recognize someone's worth, you elevate them. Psychologically, we all carry around a little scoreboard. We crave validation, not ego boosting, but recognition of who we are and what we contribute. Imagine you're leading a team. Instead of saying, "Good job, team," try, "Emma, your creativity brought this campaign to life." Raj, your attention to detail caught every mistake before launch. Now you're not just giving praise, you're making people feel seen. The key word again is sincerity. Fake compliments fall flat, but when appreciation is real, it touches people deeply. Remember, you can never go wrong by lifting someone up. So, let's recap the 6 timeless principles from part 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People. 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. 2. Smile. 3. Remember people's names. 4. Be a good listener. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. 6. Make the other person feel important. Sincerely. If you practice just these 6 habits, you'll stand out in any crowd. Because in a world where everyone is trying to be interesting, the real magic is being interested. Let us know in the comments, which principle are you going to apply first? And if you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who could use a little Carnegie wisdom today. Don't forget to subscribe for part 3 of this series, where we'll break down the next section, how to merit and maintain others' trust.